So it's 1999. I'm living on Skyline Woodside, which is very near La Honda. And if you all know, Ken Kesey owned a home in La Honda. So it went like this. Ken wrote his Pulitzer Prize-winning work in Menlo Park. Then he moves to La Honda and lives there for how many years, Terry?
4 or 5.
4 or 5 years. Then he sells it to Terry. Okay, he knows what he's doing. All right.
You sell it till 30 years later.
Oh, all right then. All right, excuse me. So it's 1999, and there is a documentary film being made in England called In Search of Merlin, and they have enough money to pay for Ken's visit from America to England, and also for the further bus to get shipped from Oakland also to England. So on his way to the airport and to Oakland's shipyards, he stops in La Honda. I know he's coming. I've got 5 rolls of film. I went to art school in London. I know how to do photography. So I go down, I take this photo collage of Ken, the bus, his son, his grandson, Mountain Girl who married him, and Jerry, okay, all were there. It was absolutely amazing. The work gets put aside, and then one day I get a call from the San Mateo History Museum in Redwood City, and they say, what do you have about famous people that's local? I tell them about my painting of Jerry Garcia, who went to elementary school in Menlo Park. A few of you probably don't know that, but also the photo collage of Ken Kesey. I'm fortunate enough to show it twice in Redwood City at the San Mateo History Museum. At that point, Jerry Cimino of the Beat Museum gets interested in the piece, and the piece gets put on the walls here for 4.5 years. While I was an artist at the Beat Museum, North Beach did something called an art walk, which it no longer does, but it did then, all right? And this is 8 years ago. And I'm downstairs as the artist at the Beat Museum with 7 pieces by the entrance. And all of a sudden, the local poets start coming in and spontaneously read poetry, okay? So I'm thinking, okay, Philip Hackett was one of the spontaneous first poets, and I'm thinking, okay, something is going on here, so we start a festival. We are now in our 8th year, amazingly successful event, all right? So thrilled to be here again, and thrilled more than anything that Terry is running the show, and Fred, welcome aboard. And glad to have you, and have a great time, all right? So yes, I do have a complicated background, and this poem is called You've Got to Be Fearless.
You told us the time, you right?
Please, I get 10 minutes, and then cut me off like that. Okay, good. I was born in Israel when it was only 3 years old. First war I went through at 4 years old. 3 more wars to follow. My grandparents murdered for their religion. So what was I taught? You've got to be fearless. Much more easily said than lived. England saved me when we moved there at the age of 6. They embraced me with history, architecture, beautiful and natural countryside. Then the world's most amazing city, London, took over my life, cared and taught me everything I know. But when push came to shove, Great Britain said, you have to be fearless. Now here in California, America, my home since 1979, my life is still complicated, changing, and not quite there yet. I know I have to be fearless. You don't defend, explain, or justify. While sitting alone in my room, wondering how I got there, I ponder the changes and different aspects life expects you to go through. Is it the same for everyone, or are artists especially challenged? Van Gogh was. So are most of the writers we know and love. It seems to be part of the course, the development stage that never seems to end. So what to do? All I know for sure is that you don't defend, explain, or justify your life choices. They're yours to make and break. The challenges simply continue. Then, when it's over at some point, you find peace and hopefully happiness too. So keep going, nearly there, but not quite. Okay, so I've talked about Jerry, and everybody seems to relate to this one. It's called Jerry Garcia in Heaven Misses Us Too. When in 1995 Jerry Garcia died, he left a huge hole in many of our hearts. A father figure, a leader, musical genius with a way to keep us all involved, coming along for the ride, for the fun, and for the togetherness. Now we have Further and the dead, but we don't have Jerry. In heaven, Jerry, forever young, misses us too. Alright, I don't know if this is popular, but I'm going to go for it. It's called Hello God. Hello God, I'm a big fan of your work. I live in your creation called Earth. You made me an artist and a writer too, so you keep me very busy. Actually, I've been here for quite a while and I still haven't reached my full potential, except I believe that must be the plan. For it took a long time for us all to get better, happier and brave. So keep it real, God. Stay with us forever. All right, so the photo collage of Ken Kesey gets installed over 8 years ago downstairs. And this is a true story. This is a poem I wrote about the experience. It's called Ken Kesey's First Night at the Beat Museum. It was April of 2007. I brought the photo collage of Ken Kesey to the Beat Museum in San Francisco to be installed, probably forever. With his colleagues and friends, all great writers like him, all loved and displayed most accurately and with style at this unique and powerful museum. That night, I fell asleep like normal, when suddenly awakened from a deep sleep, I couldn't believe my eyes. I saw and heard a great commotion, not in my bedroom, but at the Beat Museum. Groups of people I knew not but felt surrounded Ken Kesey. Is that you, Ken? 1 year before your death in those photos, I heard. Yes, it is. It's me, Ken replies. The scene continued and I understood. It was Ken's friends greeting him warmly, but in the manner of the great writers that they were. Ken, you're home now. You're with us. The digs are good and the view of North Beach is the best. I knew in my heart that not only my artwork was home, but Ken was where he belonged. You like that, folks? Yeah. All right, so I got a couple more minutes, Terry.
5 more minutes.
All right then. So as you understand, I grew up in London, and I knew you guys were hippies over here. Okay, I was very jealous, but I was a mod. All right, so I'm reading about what I was, and this piece is called "Mod About London Town." Growing up in London, it was fab. I wasn't a hippie or a beat, but a mod around town. The mini, the black eyeliner, fishnet stockings, and white go-go boots. Mary Quant, our fashion leader. Carnaby Street, the place to be. The Beatles, the Kinks, the Who owned the music scene. And we, the fans, looked on in amazement. A sound so cool and new filled our mod world. Remember us, London, don't forget. Another British one, okay? It goes, I don't know how you did that, but that was bloody genius. That's the title. Looking for everlasting love? Me too. Do you believe it's all worth making every effort you can to create peace? Believing and supporting any effort for good with a quick, I don't know how you did that, but that was bloody genius. And now you may ask, what's next? To keep trying. Don't give up. Believe in good. Support each other and laugh out loud a lot. Let's find a way to win without a war. War, war, war. So tired of your following me throughout my life. Never letting go. My grandparents killed in World War II. I was born in a region with no end to violence and pain. So I say to us all, let's find a new way to win without a war this time. Hard to do, isn't it? All right. This one's a little edgy. Can I do it? Is that all right, Fred? Okay. So at one point, I actually bought a condo for 1 year in North Beach, and I lived as part of the community here. And the ladies who are here are actually quite dominant and Good people. All right. So this piece is called "Why Do Women Take It Off?" Once upon a time, in a land we all know and love, America, a writer was contemplating the issues of why do women take it off. She knew that this issue was not openly discussed, so she decided that they take their clothes off for love, for hope, for money, for survival, for future, for safety, for pleasure, for personal well-being. Their secret reasons include feeling crazy and needing to run naked in the streets, woods, or open fields. Menopause and its hot flashes equals naked ladies. All right. Crazy grandmas and aunties at family gatherings, suddenly naked. Feeling better while everyone else says, "There she goes again." Nudist camps and gatherings, whether you want to or not, for the internet to post, "Very sorry later." Here in North Beach, home of the Beats, every night in elegant clubs, they take it off for money and fun, but also for friendships of the other dancers. Then our writer realizes this subject exists, it matters and counts. So why do you think women take it off? Open it to the room. You can throw out suggestions at me. Why do you think? Have I missed any? Philip?
Not to get like.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Any other suggestions?
It's too fucking hot.
Yeah, peppers.
Yeah. Any other? Terry, give us one.
Sure.
To get laid.
Well, I already said that.
Oh.
I did say that. All right. Any other? All right, I think that kind of wraps me up, doesn't it, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.